Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are redoing chapters 18 and 19, not in the same video, because I went back and the audio was horrible, so I'm having to delete those videos, which is never fun, but like, just gotta do it. So luckily they were short chapters. I was doing so good. I think it was chapter 21. That's like 26 minutes. It was 26 minutes long, but then I had to go back and I just decided to edit like 10 minutes out. So it's like 16 minutes now, and I'm having to redo like the second part of that chapter. So, because it's just so long that, that's just how it's gonna be. So let's just get right into this. I feel like it's so cold outside that I have a blanket right now. This is just how it is, guys. So I'm trying to we have people walking back and forth because there's something broken in our trailer. So, well, there's some water leaking and we don't really know why, but sister did some 5 little braids on me. Almost cornrows, I feel like. Whatever. Let's just get right into this. Chapter 18, Allie's Perspective, page 152. That's if you have a physical copy. Again, I don't know where you're going to be at if you have a tablet or something, but I'm sure you can find it. Just look up chapter 18. Just do Control F, and then you should be there. Anyway, Tone Deaf by Olivia Rivers. I just like doing this because, Okay. Allie's Perspective. When I wake up, my muscles are so tense they hurt, and my throat is strained from screaming. Something slams repeatedly against my chest, and it takes me a moment to realize it's my frantic heartbeat. It's not a fist like it was in my nightmare. Arms wrap around my shoulders, and I open my mouth to scream again, but before I can make any sound, a hand gently cups my face and tilts my chin up. I find myself staring into blue eyes, their color clear and sharp like gemstones. Despite their boldness, there's something soft about them, gentle. "You're okay," Jay says, his other hand stroking my cheek. His fingers are calloused from all the years he spent playing the guitar. "You're okay," he repeats, then he says it again and again and again. I watch his lips closely, not wanting to tear my eyes away from the words. I can tell from his nervous expression that he doesn't know what else to say, but I don't want him to say anything else. I just want him to be here. Jace swallows hard and finally stops repeating the words. His gaze drifts away from my eyes, focusing instead on the place where his hand touches my cheek. He pulls away and stands from where he was crouched beside me. Then he runs both hands through his hair, making it stick out in all sorts of angles. He stares at me, hard. My face heats up as I realize how pathetic I must look. I'm 17, way too old to be screaming from a nightmare, and definitely too old to need any kind of comfort. I've dealt with these bad dreams on my own for years, and I've never run to anyone for reassurance. So why should that change now? Because he ran to me. The answer is so simple, but it still makes the air whoosh out of my lungs. I didn't go to him, Jace came to me. He stands there, still unsure what to do, and then edges toward me without meeting my eyes. He sits on the couch next to me and takes my trembling hand in his own. My entire body shakes, like it's trying to dislodge the last remnants of the nightmare. I remember my dad coming closer, his fists clenched, his expression stormy, his footsteps. Jace nudges my shoulder, drawing me from the memory and making me gasp. He pulls me close to his chest, and the moment his arms wrap around me, panic sears through my veins. I shove him, yanking out of his embrace. Jace frowns, his eyebrows furrowing into an expression that's both confused and rejected. He leans away and signs, "Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you." I can't breathe, and my lungs burn with a mix of relief and gratefulness and painful uncertainty. Before I can stop myself, I throw my arms around him and press my face against his chest. He doesn't react, and I tense, but just as I'm about to pull away, he slowly wraps his arms around my waist and starts rubbing the small of my back. I smile shakily as I realize this is the second time in just a few hours that we've ended up like this, but it's not like I'm going to complain. His touch is light and soothing, like he's trying to brush away the fear left over from my nightmare. I press closer to him, not even caring that he's only wearing boxer shorts. I close my eyes and rest my cheek against his warm chest. His scar is rough against my skin, but his rhythmic breathing is soothing. It pounds fast, and his muscles are so tense that I know he's uncomfortable being this close. But he doesn't move away, and he just holds me, his arms warm and strong. Soft, steady bursts of air brush against my ear, and I guess that he's murmuring words, probably something to comfort me. I relax into him, and after a few minutes pass, my shivering stops, leaving me drained and exhausted. My breathing slows, the adrenaline is gone, and the memories are all that's left. I squeeze my eyes shut, trying not to think of the fists and the pain and the tears. Jace just keeps whispering to me, his breath warm against my neck, and his hand still rubbing slow circles on the small of my back. Part of me hates him being this close, but the other part of me needs him. I think I've actually needed him for years, and now that I finally have someone to comfort me, it feels strange and scary and right. I soak in his presence, trying to memorize the feel of his touch so I can remember it the next time I have a nightmare. Finally, when my breath slows to a more reasonable rate, I gently push away from him. He lets go of me, slowly, and I can feel his reluctance as I slip away. I look up at him, give a sheepish smile. Sorry, I sign, unsure what else to say. My hands falter, and then I hesitantly add, I have nightmares sometimes. I guess I should have warned you. He shakes his head. Don't be sorry, you didn't do anything wrong. My embarrassment makes me want to disagree, but before I can, he stands and glances toward his bedroom. I'll leave you alone now, he signs, but he doesn't move and just stands there, skimming a hand through his tousled hair. Or tousled, some people say it like that. Alone. That's the absolute last thing I want. My expression must drop at the thought of it, because Jace takes a hesitant step toward me. Unless his hands freeze midair and he swallows hard. Unless you want me to stay? I nod before I can stop myself, and a small smile flickers across his lips, and he sits next to me and pulls me close. Until my head is resting on his chest again. For the first time, I'm acutely aware that he's only wearing boxer shorts, and I try not to blush. I must fail pretty miserably because he chuckles a little, sending vibrations through his chest. Face just pulls a couple of blankets over us, which I apparently kicked to the floor during my nightmare. Then he snuggles close to me until I'm completely wrapped in his arms, and rests his cheek on top of my head. We both relax into each other. His heartbeat thuds against my chest, his breathing is warm against my cheek, and I can't help but to feel safer than ever before. I close my eyes, giving in to sleep. That is the end of chapter 18. Sorry that I had to redo this, but you guys probably won't even know because there's only a couple people watching these right now currently, and I don't think they're quite caught up to these chapters yet. So anyway, that was Tone Deaf by Olivia Rivers. That was Allie's perspective in chapter 18. We ended on page 156, which can only mean we're starting on page 157 with chapter 19, Jace's perspective. See you guys next time. Ciao for now. Bye.